your host, Moyo Collins, and it's been a very long time since I spoke to you guys. I made a video. I've been busy lately with school. Currently, I'm preparing for my final year exams, which will happen next year by God's grace. And then it's been a wonderful 2025. It's been a wonderful day. I wish every one of you a happy Christmas and also a happy New Year. In today's video, we're talking about Python. We'll be breaking down Python into different subtopics and why you should take Python. Is Python difficult? Where is it being used? And before I dive into any other coding aspect of Python. So see you right in the next video. Thank you. So, so why should you learn Python? So as a beginner, as a beginner in programming, if you're a programmer and you're a beginner and you're wondering what coding should I learn, I will advise you to start with Python. We have others like JavaScript, C++, and so on. But the reason why I would advise you to go for Python is that it's actually it's not complex. It deals with more of English, though there are other operators that sometimes can make one confused, but it's less complex compared to Java or C++. Let me just make this instance. We have if you know about SQL, that's structured query language. When you want to in SQL, it's very direct in plain English. That's how Python just works. Like it isn't complex JavaScript or a C++. It's the complexity is very, very different. So moving on, what Python package should you install? So if you're a beginner in programming, you will need a Python package that helps you code without any complexity. You will need something that is so simple. So personally, I use Google Colab. So Google Colab, let me just set that up. So Google Colab, to me, I find it very easy to use because the interface, it's so simple. It doesn't have it's not complex. You could just dive straight into coding, and I just prefer using it more. So when you just you search Google Colab, you open it, then you open an account with them, of which I do have one already. So I do have one already with them. So this is how it looks. They'll tell you welcome to Colab. Everything down to so if you want to start coding, you just go to this side and then you open the code space. Then from here you can start coding, and and eventually you become a pro. All right. So what is a variable? Still on the topic understanding basic Python. So this here we have is a coding cell, but we also have a text cell. So for this text cell, I'm using it to define whatever term or write out any information I want to write out. But I would also do that in the coding cell. But I just want to show you other features in the Google Colab that more reasons why I chose Google Colab as my own software package to use and code. Alright, so the question here is what is a variable? So if I want to make this topic, I could use the hash and then it makes it bold over here. If I want to make it maybe size it again, I could use this. It reduces the size and 1 makes it big, and 2 makes it less bigger than the first one. Alright, so this, so we'll come down here. So what is a variable? So variables okay, variables are containers that can hold any data. That can hold any data. You can use them to store numerical data, text data, and etc. So what do I mean by this? So let's say I have this. Let's say I want to store this information. I am rich. Okay, let me use this. Let me still go back on my. Okay, let's say I want to store this. Let me put it in location. I am rich. So I want to store this right now. So this is how it works. This is what a variable means. So a variable is a container. So the container is what is going to hold this I am rich inside of it. So what name will I give to this my container? So I'm going to give let me say Frank. So let's say Frank equals, so this equals an operator. Let's say Frank equals, then you open. So in Python has its own language that it uses to understand information, of which with time, with more examples, and when we dive in more, we'll get to know other operators in Python, and it will help you code much more easier and better. So you open a quotation, then you put the statement I capital letter I am rich. So we have this. When you save this, let's say if you want to return back the statement, then you do a print. So you have print, then you open a bracket, say Frank, print Frank, and then you see your statement I am rich. So let's say you want to assign a new name to this your variable. You don't want to use Frank anymore. Yes, you want to give it another new name. So you can do this. Now, you can do this. Now let's say, okay, let me clear this off. Still do this, but before I use it. Okay, so now let's say I want to assign a new name, a new variable to this constant variable. Like I want to change the name. So now Frank is, okay, let me do this just to put that information. Let's say this is my real name, my birth name. Okay, this is my birth name, this is my birth name. When I got to school, I met new friends, and then they gave me a new name, so they started calling me Franklin. So school friends call me Franklin. Up to the L-I-N, up to the Y, L-Y, you can put it like this, Franklin. So this is the new name that they call me. Now this is the name that my friends call me, Franklin. So let me say I want to assign it to this variable, and I'll say Franklin. Okay. Franklin, then you have this, and assign it to Frank. So let's say my church, or will I say my work colleagues, my work colleague call me work colleagues, better, work colleagues call me, they call me friend. Let's say they call me what name will I use now? Let's say they call me Fran. Let's say they call me Mr. F. Okay, let's say they call me Mr. F. Let's say they call me Mr. F. So now I want to assign this colleague name to to Franklin that my friends call me. So we have Mr. We have F, because Franklin, because equals Franklin, and equals Franklin. Let's say I decide that I do not want to use the name I've been called in my secondary school. Let's say I decide I don't want to use my birth name. I do not want to use my school nickname. I just want to stick with my work name. I prefer that work name. So I'm going to do a delete. We will delete the first one, which is delete Frank. Okay, let me drop a statement before I do this. Okay, I decided, sorry, let me put this. I don't want to go with my birth name and school name. So now I delete the Frank, and then I also delete Franklin. I delete Franklin also. So now I currently use, so I currently use my work name. So expected eating all this, deleting the birth name and then the school name. When I decide to print back my work, then the name that they call me at work, I'm expected to have to return the initial statement, I am rich, because that still refers to me. So when I say print Mr. put underscore F, I should have the statement I. Also the variable does. So a variable saves text data, it saves text or numerical data, and you could assign a new variable to it, and you could delete and return. But it shows how it works. Like, it isn't complex. All you just need to do is practice more often, practice more and more and more. Thank you.